So Fangraphs recently came out with their top Yankees prospects heading into 2021. It goes like this: Jason Dominguez at number 1, you know all about him. Davy Garcia, who is technically still a prospect, technically still rookie eligible. He made 6 starts in the big leagues last year. So in my mind, he's not really a prospect anymore. I'm going to leave him off of my list. Number 3, they have Oswald Peraza, a glove first shortstop, 20 years old at single A. They project him to reach the big leagues in 2022. I'm a bit more skeptical. I'll get to that in a second. Number 4, they have Clark Schmidt, who is still a prospect in my opinion because he didn't get many reps last year at the major league level, and he hasn't pitched much in the minor leagues. And then at number 5, they have Alexander Vargas, a 19-year-old shortstop from Cuba who hasn't done a ton but has some real skills. As you know, on this channel, I like to break down prospects a bit differently. Granted, I have not seen any of these guys play in person, but I have been evaluating prospects for many years, and I've been studying the footage and the scouting reports. And here's how I just rank my top 5. At number 5, I have Anthony Volpe. He was their number 1 pick a couple of years back. He's a shortstop. He's a local kid, a big Yankees fan. That always helps. Everything I've heard suggests that his nearest comparable in terms of body type and athletic ability is Alex Bregman of the Astros, and we all know what he became. The downside of Volpe is that he turns 20 in April, and he's already lost a year of minor league development time last season. We may not see him for a few more years, but I like shorter guys that can hit. It means that they have a smaller strike zone for the pitcher to attack. And to top it off, he's got a pretty good eye. He posted a .349 on-base percentage in his first season back in 2019. He's a shortstop. He's good defensively. I like him much better than I like Oswald Peraza, who gets more hype. Peraza is a good defensive player, but everything I've heard is that his offense is an issue. And to me, that suggests he's not going to be an impact player. We've seen the Yankees have a lot of these type of guys. Kyle Holder, Brendan Ryan. You've got to be able to hit at the shortstop position these days. At number 4, I have Clark Schmidt. I'm not as high on Clark Schmidt after his most recent elbow injury. If you had asked me a few weeks ago, after I saw his winter bullpen where he ranked, I would have had him at number 2 or number 3. But the repeated elbow stress is a major concern for me. I like his makeup. I like his curveball. He throws 95. He's got a college pedigree. He's got the experience. But health is still a skill. And it's a skill that is determined partially by your mechanics. And throwing is an unnatural motion. It's very hard to have a motion that damages your body and have any kind of long-term success. To me, his ceiling is still high, but it's somewhat uncertain for me at this point. He could end up like James Caprillion, a guy who has all the talent in the world but keeps getting hurt. At number 3, I'm going with Austin Wells. He's in big league camp. He's probably not going to work out as a catcher very much because he can't really throw, but he's got a swing that's made for Yankee Stadium. He hits line to line. He reminds me honestly of Robin Ventura. He has power. He was a college hitter, which means he's developed. He's got a developed approach. And I don't think the Yankees would have him in camp unless they thought that he could be a factor in helping him out this year, which is impressive considering he has 0 minor league experience. I don't project him as a Kyle Schwarber type like most people do. I think he's more athletic than Kyle Schwarber. I project him as more of a Ben Zobrist, but not quite as talented defensively. He's a guy who you can put all over the field and just kind of be a stopgap. He's almost like a left-handed Miguel Andujar. He's played a little catcher, he's played a little first base, he's played a little bit of left field. I don't know where he's going to end up, but to me, he could be a guy that you just kind of move around. The big thing for me is how good his bat looks. He's got a really smooth swing, and I'm very high on Austin Wells. At number 2, I have Luis Medina, and this is a guy who shot up my list. If you had asked me last year, I would have put him way down on my list because he's had minor league control issues, but he's got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, a wipeout breaking ball, and Aaron Boone said a few days ago that he could impact the Yankees this season. He's a starter by trade, but I think he would be great out of the bullpen if the Yankees brought him up this year. He's a lights-out arm. We saw what kind of lights-out arm Jabba Chamberlain had when he came up in 2007 and had a 0.38 ERA. This is a very similar situation. Once you figure out how to control the baseball with that dynamic stuff, you can accelerate very quickly. We saw Luis Severino move really quickly through the minor leagues. What I like most about Medina is his easy gas. Whereas somebody like Clark Schmidt seems to have to go to max effort to generate velocity and have all these moving parts, Luis Medina seems as if he's just playing catch and he's still throwing 100. Again, his control has been an issue in the past, but His winter ball results suggest that he's gotten that under control, no pun intended. And at number 1, I have Jason Dominguez, of course. We've seen the power, we saw the speed yesterday. He's a good kid, and he should make his professional debut in a couple of months. I honestly haven't been this excited about a prospect since Alfonso Soriano. He has a legitimate 5 tools, and he's probably going to be in AA by the end of 2021. We'll probably see him in big league camp in 2022, even if it's briefly, but likely won't see him in the majors until the end of 2022, maybe even 2023, depending on his performance, but definitely keep an eye out on Jason Dominguez. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel.